evacuated, and LA City Fire is pouring everything at this fire. But as much as they are trying to get into place, right now we have seen a total of 1 water drop, maybe 2 or 3 that we didn't catch, but very limited firefighting going on yet. They are just now getting into position, just now getting a handle on this. Yeah, it's continuing. It's continuing to spread south, but also there's a little bit of a flare-up now on the west side of the fire. You can push in right there, Lucas, and you can see a new head to this fire almost. So you've got the southern head right there. Over to the right, if you tilt over to the right, you can see another head to this fire as it creeps up this hillside here, which is just blanketed with very thick fuel and lots of trees just ripe for burning. Go ahead and widen out, and you're getting a better idea of just how close this is now to Curson. Curson Avenue was the closest street when we first arrived. Now Curson Avenue is in the thick of this. What I'd like to do, Johnny, if it's possible, can we get over to the west side to see how close it's getting over to these houses? I fear that there may already be houses that are within feet of the flames here, David. That's right, you can see Air Resources pouring in here, trying to get water on this fire. They're gonna start with the leading edge here, but that might have been just a recon flight. Not sure if he made a drop or not, I didn't see it. Did you see it, Lucas? I can't tell, but go ahead. Now that we're on the west side of this fire, you can see the distance between Curson Avenue and the closest flames here. So fortunately, the neighborhood along Curson has not yet been touched. The wind is blowing parallel to Curson, more directly towards Franklin and towards Hollywood Boulevard. So that's the main body of fire there. Let's go ahead and widen out again, Lucas, and show the proximity to Hollywood Boulevard from this angle. You're gonna get a better idea of the geography here as that fire is being blown downhill through the Hollywood Hills towards Hillside Avenue, towards Gardner Street where LAFD is responding, towards Vista Street, Sierra Bonita, and ultimately Hollywood Boulevard is now no more than 3/4 of a mile, maybe only a half a mile away from the leading edge of this fire. But it's not spreading like a normal fire, it's spreading like a Santa Ana fire because it has been spotting the last half hour steadily. Can you put it out my window? Oh. Copy. Right now, no homes have been touched, but I fear the first group of homes that are imminently in danger and will be touched in the next several minutes are going to be the Franklin Lakes area. The Franklin Street. Go ahead and tilt over there towards the neighborhood if you can. Yeah, there's the water drop. They're starting to put out some of those spot fires along the western edge, but go ahead towards the leading edge where the wind is blowing all that fire. Franklin Avenue is basically where this fire is heading, and you can see Vista Street and Hillside Avenue are going to be the first neighborhoods that are the first group of homes that are going to be affected here momentarily. They have to evacuate right away. You heard the order go out live on our air just seconds ago. There is an immediate evacuation order for this entire swath of Hollywood in the Runyon Canyon area. This is happening fast. It's happening in real time. This fire has exploded, and I mean it has exploded tenfold, at least tenfold in the last half hour. It is exploding as it makes its way towards the south, towards Hollywood. Just a devastating sight. It is a devastating sight to think of the insult to injury when the city is dealing with so much right now and the county is dealing with so much right now, and now being put in the position to redirect those resources to the center of the city in Hollywood, just north of Hollywood Boulevard, between Mulholland and Hollywood Boulevard. This fire started in a canyon just west of Nichols and east, or just east of Nichols and west of Runyon, and had a lot of room to grow really fast. And unfortunately, it's a north-south canyon with the winds blowing directly from the north due south and blowing that fire directly into this neighborhood. The smoke is already covering up the neighborhood. The flames are not far behind it. Push in on Vista Street, the end of Vista Street, right there, at the end of Vista Street, which ends right there. Now that spot fire, that leading edge of the fire, is no more than a couple of 100 feet away from Vista Street and Runyon Canyon Road. I am stunned by the speed. We should expect it at this point. It shouldn't be shocking. We can only be grateful that this is starting tonight and not last night when those winds were much faster. Things have tapered off, but they've only tapered off moderately, guys. We are in a major fire danger until Friday. These winds are still blowing through here, and if you live in a flat area, or if you even live in the San Fernando Valley or areas across the basin, and you walk outside right now, it may not feel super windy. You may feel the breeze, but in these canyon neighborhoods, in the Hollywood Hills, the hills alone have a tendency to create their own weather, and the speed of the wind here, the wind molecules are bouncing off those hillsides at a much faster rate and create a lot more wind than you feel if you're in other parts of the city. If you live in the hills, you know what we're talking about. Things were exceptional last night, but if you lived in the hills, they were downright scary because it felt like an actual hurricane moving through the area in the middle of the night. Right now, things have tapered off, but you can see the direction of that smoke. The wind is blowing all of that smoke in a lateral direction from the north to the south, directly into the city of Hollywood. And say, look out now, go ahead and wide out now. You can see a lot more traffic forming on Hollywood Boulevard to the right side, Lucas. You can see Hollywood Boulevard coming up along the right edge of the screen here. A lot more cars starting to make their way through here, but I think they are those are almost onlookers that are trying to catch a glimpse because they're stunned about what they see as they look up into the hillside here. Those roads need to be used by evacuees and fire crews to get into this neighborhood and start fighting this fire somehow, some way. So many businesses have proactively closed their doors today because of the situation that's going on across the city. Even restaurants and commercial businesses that aren't even near the fire have taken the advice of city leaders and closed, or at least closed early today, to allow for the movement of emergency workers to get through the city and respond to these fires. And this is exactly why, because now you have a brand new fire start that could be as serious as anything else we have seen in the last 24 hours if it does not get under control. And we can only hope and cross our fingers and pray that they can get as many air resources on this as soon as possible and continue to drop water on this fire. They've already done it. You've seen a couple of water drops already, but it is a fight against Mother Nature because the winds are ferocious and they are blowing through these canyons. Very, very tough situation. You hear anything that I'm not saying already? Anything to add? Ten-4. Little air. Air conditioner. Sorry.